Hey y'all, you are tuned in to season 2 of the Powerhouse Lash podcast. This podcast is my diary to the Lash community, where I share my highs, lows, lessons, rants, all things based on my journey as a lash artist. My heart is to share the reality of what it's really like to build a lash business, and I hope that these episodes help you feel seen, validated, educated, humored, and make your journey a little bit easier. I'm your host, T the Brand, and I'm glad you're here. Now let's get to it. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Powerhouse Lash podcast. I'm your host, T the Brand, and I'm glad that you're here. If this is your first time tuning into an episode of the podcast, thank you for being here. I hope that something is said to make your lash entrepreneur journey a little bit easier. So today I want to get into a topic that really catches a lot of people up when it comes to social media, and that's not knowing what to post. But before we get into talking about, how you can figure out what to post and make your content creation and marketing a bit easier, I just want to share that the Powerhouse Lash, that's not the name of it, Build Like a Powerhouse social media marketing and branding class is still up and live and running. It is helping lash artists and other business owners create their businesses in a way that they can be intentional and grow their clientele. So if you're interested in learning how to market, learning how to create a strong brand for longevity in your industry, even if it's not the lash industry, if you're looking for some help, additionally, I do have mentorship opportunities available. The class is a prerequisite for mentorship because a lot of the things that we will be talking about in the mentorship relationship are covered in that class. And I want us to be able to maximize our time in our mentorship meetings so that you can actually get what you need to help you apply the things and not just learn the things. So check out that class. If you have any questions, send me a DM or drop a comment. Let me know, and I'll be happy to answer them and help you get to moving and growing your business. So let's go ahead and get to it. I've had a couple of conversations here recently with some entrepreneurs, lash artists, who are saying they don't really know what to post or they don't really know what to say in their captions. And they just kind of, copying somebody else's content flow. So I want to give a little advice and a little insight into how this can be easier. So one of the first things that I think about when people say they don't know what to post is that they don't really know their target audience. So a target audience, that's a few components that you include to make up your ideal client. So you would include things like their age and their occupation, where their location is, what they like to do in their free time, their socioeconomic status, or how much money they make, because this plays a part in you determining your pricing. You want to know you want to create what their personal values are, and then you show up as that person so that you can attract them. There are a few other things that go in the target audience, but those are just some of the main ones. And so when you think about it, if you know a person, you know how to talk to a person. You know what this person needs to see, you know what they need to hear, and you know how to translate the message in a way that they're able to receive it and to connect with you. So if you're having trouble knowing what to post about, then it's probably because you don't know who your target audience is. You don't know your ideal client. You don't know who you're talking to. So my advice would be to create your target audience if you haven't already. And if you have already, go back to it. Make sure that, it still aligns with who you want to serve within your business, and really get to know those people. So don't just write things down. If they're 20, be intentional. If they're ages 25 to 30, think about what is attractive to 25 and 30-year-olds, what colors, what fonts, and this goes into your branding. All of it goes really hand in hand with target audience branding and marketing and content, because your brand needs to be created based off of your target audience so that people can connect with your content, and then you want to market in a way that they'll be able to receive it well. So with your marketing, that includes your captions, what your business cards look like, how you're passing your business cards out, if that's on foot marketing is something that you do, your online presence, and all the things. So back to the 25 to 30-year-old, you want to consider, how they talk. How do 25 to 30-year-olds talk? What's the language that they use? What's the slang and what's the phrases? And, what kind of feels are you trying to give them through your service? Because that'll also play a part in what you say and how you say it. So, all in all, what I'm saying is if you're having trouble knowing what to post, you really need to spend some time not just creating, but getting to know your target audience and being intentional about everything that you do within your business when you're creating your content, when you're putting it out there, being intentional to make sure that it will translate well with your audience. So moving on from that, another reason that people struggle with knowing what to post, a lot of people are focused on posting the right thing instead of posting or focusing on posting what's valuable. So you think people want to see lashes, and you think people want to see book now, you think people just want to see inspirational quotes, or think they just want to see reels or whatever. But if you're not providing any real substance, any benefit, any value to what you're sharing, people are going to just keep scrolling. You have to show them where they fit in the storyline of your business. You have to show them why they need to do business with you, no matter what it is that you do. If you're a nail artist, they need to know why your nails are the best and why they need to come to you. Think about if health of natural nails is important to you, then that's something that you need to share consistently with your clientele. Or with your potential clients. That's valuable. If you are a photographer, your edits are clean, and I don't really know nothing about photography, but your edits are clean, and your shoot atmosphere is comfortable and all the things. So no filter for what? Filter for what? Give people something that they need. You have to solve a problem. And the only way that you can actually solve somebody's problem before they come to you with the problem is by knowing who they are, i.e., ideal client and target audience, and knowing what they need. You get to create that. You get to decide that. So it's no real reason why you shouldn't know who you're talking to. Now, if you need help with it, again, join the mentorship program, get the class, and I promise you you'll benefit from it. So focusing on posting was valuable and I was right. I think also educational marketing. This is something that my mentees and I are heavy on, something I'm, heavy with educating them about, as well as in the Build Like a Powerhouse social media marketing and branding class. I talk about the importance and the value to you of educational marketing. A lot of times people don't want to, book our services because they don't really know what's going on with the service. I often talk about how if somebody who's never had lash extensions before is scrolling on Instagram and they see, tape on the bottom of the eyes and tape at the top of the eyes and you with sharp tweezers going around the eyes, that can be scary. That can be intimidating. They might not feel like it's safe. They don't know what's going on. So instead of, teaching other lash artists about how great your tape down is, or instead of just not addressing the tape down at all, or not hitting the pain point, telling them what they need to know about a tape down, you're passing up clients, or clients are passing you up, and they might very well be the best fit for you and for what you're trying to build in your business. And so you want to make sure that you're educating. Tell them why you tape lashes down. I'm taping bottom lashes down so that the top and the bottom don't get stuck together. I put tape on the eyelids so that I can lift the natural lashes up off of the tape so that they're not getting stuck to the tape, and so that I can see them and isolate them properly. Tell them what isolation is. You can't just assume. You should never assume that people know what it is that you're doing or know what it is that you're talking about. They're not in your world of your business, or your industry, so they don't know all the terms and what they mean and things like that. So you're not really connecting with people when you're doing that. So going back to the main point, making sure you're posting valuable content. Give them education, give them the benefit, let them know who you are, what you do, and why they need their services from you. And if you don't know that, then spend some time thinking about that. Get you a journal, write it out, create your branding message. A branding message is not a mission statement. Your branding message is just a simple sentence that tells who you are, what you do, and why people should come to you. And you can build so much content off of that one sentence alone, which is another thing that I'm teaching the mentees in the Powerhouse mentorship program. They're gonna be all right once we done working together. They ain't gonna need me for nothing. And if they do, I'm still gonna be here for them. But yeah, so focus on posting what's valuable and educational and not just posting pictures of lashes saying book now, letting people know that you have availability for whatever your service or business is. Give them something in return. So another thing that another reason why I feel like a lot of people get, a little confused about or stuck with not knowing what to post is that they copy other people or they're following trends. So we all see a lot of trending reels, especially in our own industries. There'll be a sound going around on Instagram or TikTok, and then people are doing basically the same video or same thing to that sound. Y'all get creative because people get tired of seeing the same thing. I get tired of seeing the same reels and folks remake the same reels that 60 other people done made within the industry, and so do your potential clients. And you probably get tired of seeing it too. Get creative, spin the song and create something else from it. You don't have to faint and fall out in your reel. You don't have to, I don't know, walk out and turn the lights off in your reel. You don't have to follow the trends. Go against the grain. That's what makes you stand out. That's what draws people into you. Because if they see you just did what the last three other lash artists did, they're gonna keep scrolling. So find a way to put you into your business. I don't do lash trends or any other kind of trends. I may use trending sounds, but whatever is in the video is not going to be what the world is doing because I just prefer to set myself apart. And it's been great for me as a lash artist as well as a lash mentor. So that's just my piece of advice on that. And trends fade, trends, die down. And once the trend is over, you're back to square one, not really knowing what to post. So making sure that you're being true to you and true to the values of your brand when you're creating this content, and that you're just not blending in with everybody else. And then when it comes down to copying others, this is one thing that I did when I was a beginner lash artist, and it was horrible. So you see people's layouts on their page and they're cute, and you might see, the aesthetic that they have or whatever, and then you go and you try to recreate it. But the thing with that is you don't know why they're creating their content that way. Remember, target audiences are different. So that might be cool and attractive to their clients, but it might not be cool and attractive for your clients. And so you're just wasting time and wasting energy, wasting content, putting out what somebody else has already done, or using their layout. And then another thing that was really big to me once I realized it is you can't make your next move until they make theirs. You can't create another piece of content until they create another piece of content, or until you find somebody else's ideas to pick off of. So this is super important that you get to know you, get to know your brand, get to know your ideal clients, so that you can actually create things and attract them to your business. You shouldn't have to go find your target audience unless you're marketing on foot. And even then, they're going to come to you. If you're marketing on foot and you're in the store, don't try to hand out lash cards, buy the washing powder or laundry detergent. Go to the cosmetic section, hang around where the lash strips are. Start natural conversations. Don't be weird and pushy like the people in the mall. Like, here's my card. I had somebody do that to me. They weren't pushy at all. She actually did a great thing. I was in the cosmetic section and I was looking at these lashes and I would never buy them. I don't do strip lashes, y'all. But I was looking at these lashes because they had all kinds of colors and stuff on them. And a lash artist walked up to me and she said, "Hey, I'm a lash artist. I just wanted to hand you my business card in case we're looking for somebody to do your lashes." That was it. She walked off. But I didn't know her name. I didn't know her Instagram. Maybe it was on the card, but I didn't care to look. Like, you have to start conversations, really engage with people. If they want to talk, they'll talk. And if they don't, they don't. Give them the card and keep moving. But at least open a window of opportunity to, build some rapport with the people that you're trying to connect with in person and bring in. So originality, your authenticity is your key, man. When I started sharing content from an authentic place, when I really understood who I was in business and what I brought to the industry, even as just a lash artist before I started educating. Once I was able to tap into me and present my content in a way that was comfortable for me, that spoke to who I was as a person, as a business owner, it changed the game. And in that, I was also educating my clients. It changed the game, and I have not stopped getting booked since then. And I started doing educational marketing a year ago. Wow, that's crazy. Around like February last year, 2022. So yeah, it is beneficial, and it's not hard to do. It does take some thought. It does take some intentionality. It takes time, but you have to remember, this is your job. You're not just a lash artist. You're not just a nail artist. You're not just a hairstylist or esthetician or a cosmetic business owner or photographer, whatever it is. That's not all that you are. You are a marketing director, and you are a content creator. You're a videographer. You're a photographer. Even in your lash business, that's just what you are. That's what you do. And once you start to accept that your only role isn't to do lashes, and that you actually have to put a decent amount of work in, lost my train of thought, that you have to actually put a decent amount of work in to get people into your business, then things will start shifting for you, and your focus will start shifting as well. So y'all, we're gonna wrap this episode up. My last final little notes is, don't keep spinning your wheels. Don't just throw stuff to the wall and hope that it'll stick. That's not a marketing plan. You need to know how to market in order to grow your business. If you don't, your business won't grow, and you'll be frustrated. You'll keep creating pointless content that nobody's engaging with and nobody's booking off of, and you want better for you. I want better for you. So I hope that this episode was helpful. I hope that you can take away something and apply it to your business to make your journey a little bit easier. That's it, y'all. And I will talk to y'all in the next episode.